All right, just another gray winter day. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful up there. Uh-huh. But you got snow on the roof, snow on the ground, and there's a few things you ought to be doing with your RV in the wintertime. So let's get started. Winterizing maintenance tips, RV winterizing tips. We're going to give you a few starting right now. All right, one of the biggest RV winterizing maintenance things you have to do every month or so is make sure you check your lead acid batteries. If you got lithium in this kind of temperature, you're not going to get much charging or anything done anyway. So let's get these batteries out and do a check here. If I can get it, there we go. All right, you got to make sure your water levels are up. All right, you're going to want to make sure you check each one of your cells. Check your water levels in there. And then you want to get your handy dandy, you can use a turkey baster, I guess. But they sell these at any auto parts store. And just make sure you use distilled water. And you're going to want to make sure that water is filled up good in there. And do each one of these cylinders all the way down your battery line. Because if you lose water and your batteries burn up in the springtime, you won't be a happy camper. But that's just one of the things you have to do at least on a monthly basis. I mean, every month. And we keep a trickle charge on these all winter long because we stay plugged in. But if you can't do that, at least try to come out and charge them up once in a while. You should have a battery charger. It really does help. So anyway, make sure you check those batteries at least once a month or, month and a half. But check them all winter long, even if it is only 18 degrees. And speaking of that, it's a little chilly. Let's get in the house and we'll give you some more tips. Well, Mango knows where to go in the middle of winter. Right in front of the fireplace. Right in front of the heat source. Stay warm, boy. I don't blame you a bit. Come here, Mango. Come here. Come here. Man, it really is cold outside, isn't it?
Oh, for sure, man.
It's like 18 degrees. And we thought we'd bring it back in the house. It's a little bit warmer. And Mango knows where to hang out. Rosie's hanging out too, man, just keeping warm today. And we just wanted to talk to you about a few of the things we do for our RV in the wintertime. It's not really full winterization tips, but it's kind of like RV winterization maintenance tips.
Yeah, more like maintenance.
Yeah, and as you saw, you got to do your batteries, make sure your water's topped off, keep them charged up. And those lead acids, if you take care of them, they'll take care of you, as they say. So
that's what they say.
Yeah, and the other thing we like to do is the tires.
Yes.
We check the pressure on the tires, make sure they're staying up. And the way you set them in the fall is just make sure they're full air pressure at cold.
Right.
Yeah, whatever your cold rating is, make sure they're full up to cold. And honestly, I go a couple of pounds over. Don't push it, but a couple of pounds over cold. And because we get so cold here, your pressure is going to fluctuate all winter. But your best bet's to just kind of get it set at that cold level. And, we also treat them.
Oh, yeah, we put that 303 protectant on those.
That 303 protectant.
On there, rub it in.
Yeah, I can't remember the full name, but we'll leave a link to it in the description. That stuff is fantastic. It doesn't hurt rubber. It keeps them just so nice. We rub that on, and then, of course, tire covers. To us, it's a must, but it's up to you. But there's UV even in the wintertime, so we put the tire covers on, and that way you just go out and check your pressure every couple months. You don't need to do it every week or anything, just every month and a half, 2 months, and you should be fine on your tires. So we do that with our usually when I do the batteries, I'll do the tires.
Right, exactly.
So
should we talk about the covers? We don't want to use the blue tarp things. We don't want to talk about those covers.
Yeah, we don't use a cover. There's 2 schools. But we get so much wind here in Michigan. It is so windy. I mean, we get 30, 40, 50-mile-an-hour winds. I don't want those little brass eyelets slapping around and ropes hitting the paint. And so we choose to go without a cover. And we just let it go that way. You do have to monitor, though. We get so much snow here. If we get 2 foot of snow, which we can get in the night, we'll brush it off the top a little bit. But we choose not to use the cover. So.
Right.
So.
And did you want to talk about the air dumps on the?
Yeah, we dump the air out of the in our diesel pusher. We dump our air. We just let it settle, and we don't
use the jacks.
Yeah, we don't put our jacks down. That's another one of those. You can go either way. It's whatever works best for you. But we choose here with all the snow and the blow and the rain and We're on a gravel pad, so we choose to keep them up so they don't get corroded or rusty. But we always treat them.
I spray them down with that lithium, white lithium, I think it's called.
We always treat them with a little white lithium, little spray, dry lithium they call it, and just keep them treated with that. And we do it before winter, and really we put them up and just leave it. Just leave it till spring, you know.
Right, and we don't, what about the engine? We fill up the tank, remember?
Make sure you got your tank full of fuel. And unlike gasoline, diesel fuel does not go bad, folks. If you don't believe me, Google it. Diesel fuel doesn't go bad. So just make sure it's full up so you don't get moisture in your tanks. Fill up your tank before you're going to let it sit for a while. And my advice, if you have a diesel pusher, do not start that motor unless you can go out and get it on the road for at least a good half hour to an hour to get it warmed up. So if you can take it out for a little jog around the neighborhood or wherever you need to go and get it up to temperature, then start it during the winter. But if you think you're going to just start it and put it in idle and it's going to get to temperature, it's not. A diesel motor in cold conditions will never get to temperature in the wintertime.
Cause more damage.
Yeah, just by idling, you're going to cause more damage. You're better off just letting it sit. And that's the decision we've made. Just let the diesel sit and then fire it up in the springtime when everything gets warm. I mean, your fuel actually will get sludgy below 40 degrees. Your diesel fuel gets sludgy. So, you know, it's up to you, but I say let it sit. You know, they got farm tractors all over this country with awesome diesel motors in them, and they sit all winter long until springtime farming, and they fire them up every spring. So I recommend just letting it sit. That's what works for us. It may not for you, but that's what works for us.
Well, you should always check your owner's manual and all this stuff, you know.
That's right. Your owner's manual will have specific things for your coach as to what you should do. And if you don't have an owner's manual, you know what? Pick up the phone and call the manufacturer. Let's face it, you pay good money for it. Even if it's a used motor coach like ours, they'll still talk to you. They're hoping you'll buy another one someday. So call your manufacturer if you have any questions about when it's in storage. But these are just some of the tips we do to get through the winter. You know, the biggie, like I say, check.
Wait, let's talk about my
mouse problem.
My dryer sheet.
Yeah, I know.
He makes fun of me all the time.
That's our little tip. Sheets. We have dryer sheets all over the rig, like 30, 40 dryer sheets, and they say
it works. It works.
It seems to be working, right? They say it's a myth that the dryer sheets don't work, but knock on wood, so far they're working. We haven't had any signs of rodents, so things are going well in that department. And of course, we got the damp rid. We talked about that in a previous video.
Oh yes, that works too.
But we got the damp rid all throughout the rig, so that helps keep that moisture out, that humidity and moisture. And you say, hey, it's wintertime, but trust me, there's still humidity in the air, so, and that does a lot of damage, along with them mice and rats. So try the dryer sheet. You never know.
It's working for us.
Yeah, so far it works for us.
But try it.
Yeah, we just wanted to check in with y'all and kind of let you know what we do throughout the winter. We'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to Adventures in Xanadu and become one of our Xanadu crew. So hit subscribe, hit like, we sure would appreciate it, and click that bell for future notifications. And I think in our next video, we just got a shipment today of our brand new stickers, and we want to show those off. So
we do.
Yeah, we might just do a quickie little video here in the next day or so with our stickers in it. We'd love to show them to you. So anyway, hope you all are having a great night. And from Adventures in Xanadu, I'm Barry.
I'm Don.
We'll see you next time.
Toodaloo.